Hi everyone. Today we're going to continue our work with inferring. So when I remind you what that means, when we infer, we draw conclusions based on clues in the text and our background knowledge or schema. So when you make an inference, you try to figure things out, details that maybe aren't stated in the text. And yesterday we looked at good dog Carl, and we realized there weren't many words in this, hardly any at all. And so we had to infer quite a bit, just using those clues and what we already know. Some of the inferences I made while I was reading was that the baby is tired, I said, that Carl likes to have fun and that he's very responsible. And then you were to read the book My Real Family and write your inferences. So nice job on that. Today we're going to do that again because inferring is a high-level skill and we want to make sure we're comprehending what we read. And comprehending means to understand. If we're not understanding what we're reading, we're really not reading, even if we read the words. You have to be thinking about it. I love what Mrs. Harrison said about being the driver, not the passenger in the car while you are reading. So today I'm going to share my screen so I can share another Carl book because I love the Carl books and I think they're perfect for inferring because they're picture books. And I will share screen. Here we go. So Carl's Afternoon in the Park by Alexandra Day. And for my mathematicians, let me see if I can find the publishing date. Copyright date is 1991. So be thinking we're in the year 2020. So we've got the 20 years there. You have to figure out how many years are between 1991 and 2000. So 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000. So you've got 9 years plus those 20, 29 years old this book is. And I still love it. What a surprise to see you here, Sarah. Let's go and have some tea. Fine, Carl can take care of the baby and the puppy. So as you can see now, they have a little puppy and a baby. I feel like I should turn the lights off real quick. Let me turn the lights off so there's no glare. See if that's any better. I like that better. Okay, so they're gonna take off, the two women, for some tea. And they're gonna leave the baby and the puppy with Carl. Again, we can tell this is a fiction story. And Carl is back at it with getting the baby out of the stroller. I'm gonna infer that we're gonna, well, maybe that's more of a prediction, that they're gonna go on some adventures. And now as I look at this picture, I'm inferring that that baby wants to go on the merry-go-round. And my clues are that the baby's hand is reaching out toward it. And I have schema. Whenever my kids were at the zoo, when they were little, they'd always wanted to go to or go ride the merry-go-round. And here we go. I love how the baby is holding the puppy. So I'm going to make an inference. I'm going to infer that the baby is strong. And I'm going to write that down just to show you what I mean. So when you do your Google form, you'll have an idea. The baby is strong. And I'm going to infer that because I know puppies can be heavy even though they're little, especially when you're that small. And the fact that she's able to do that. Now I'm here. The puppy. She loves to pull and chase all kinds of things. Eat butterflies. She'll just eat one if she can. She's so crazy. I love it. Illustrations are beautiful. Oh. I'm gonna have to infer what's happening here. I'm gonna make some clues. Looks like Carl is digging. Again, must smell whatever the puppy saw. Uh-oh. I am make a prediction. I'm gonna predict the puppies have a hole in that hose. Let's see. Sure enough. I can infer from the clues that that baby is finding this quite funny. I'm guessing you would infer as well that these characters are having a great time. I'm not sure about Carl. Can't quite tell. I'm not sure he likes being wet. Oh, this one's a fun one. So they're in the park, and there's a woman who's creating balloon animals. As you can see, the one that the baby has is a dog. Over here, the puppy's kind of clueless. I'm going to infer that because sitting over here not noticing what the baby and Carl are looking at. But I would infer that Carl recognizes that as a dog that looks like him, just because he's patting it on the bottom. I'm curious what you're inferring. Uh-oh. Puppy is being lifted by a balloon. And it doesn't say that, but I can see the string coming out of his mouth. And I know from my own experiences that balloons, usually with helium, lift things. I don't think one balloon could lift a puppy, but maybe there are many. Oh, looks like we're getting ice cream. I'm going to infer that that's mint chip. It could be pistachio, but Marin and I love mint chip, don't we, Marin? So that's what I'm going to infer. And I'm going to infer that it's coming out the bottom of the cone. I can see that, but I'm going to infer that it's a hot day because it's melting quickly, or at least warm. And the little girl has short sleeves on. That would help my inference. I think I'll write that one down. Just like you were doing in a Google form, you might want to have your notebook next to your piece of paper so you could write them down as you read, and then you can choose which ones you want to put in your Google form. So it is a warm day. You are inferring all the time. You don't even know it. You just do it. We do it when we come to school. We make judgments, and we want to make sure we're careful with those, right? Make sure that give everybody a chance before we make too many judgments. It's human nature, I think. All right, this reminds me of the Denver Zoo. It's the children's zoo because I remember doing this with my kids. So they're on a little train. Oh, and they're passing. This is kind of funny. There's the mom and her friend. I would infer they don't even see them because their eyes are looking down. Nobody's waving. I think they're going to go right by. Oh, they're at the petting zoo. That is a huge pig. Look at compared to the kids. Where's the puppy? Oh my, you're going to laugh. The puppy's on the goat. Oh, I'm going to infer that the goat is okay with it because he's letting it happen. Maybe he even likes it. Uh-oh, I can make an inference here. Maybe the goat's mama does not like it because now it looks like she's about to headbutt the puppy. I bet you can infer the feeling that the baby has, right? Happiness. Look at that smile. And you might be making a prediction of what's going to happen here with that crazy puppy. Oh, oh, I have to infer that Carl is just helpful and kind. What an awesome dog. I have to infer that the puppy slid down and toppled on top of the baby, just fell right on top of her. Now we're at the park again and they're getting their portrait done. And I know that because I can see this artist drawing them and this artist drawing them. I'm not sure what this artist is drawing. Something different. And I don't think the puppy could sit still long enough. That's another inference. Puppy can't sit still because the puppy is over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Messing up the artist's supplies. Okay, here's somebody at the zoo. Get a new view of your park. Oh, so they're looking through binoculars. Puppy's looking straight up or maybe backwards. Oh, no, the puppy must be looking at the bird, and I'm inferring because the puppy's binoculars are straight up. Now the little baby's binoculars are straight down. So I bet you can infer which picture shows what the baby is seeing. She's looking at the ground, right? And here's what Carl's looking at, making sure he's done a good job before mom comes back. He sees it's time. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I can tell they're hurrying because I see their ear, the dog's ears going back, and the back legs are up, so they're going fast. And now they're gonna act like they never did anything at all. They just sat there nicely, waiting and resting, but we know better. We didn't mean to be gone so long. I hope you three didn't get bored. Ha ha ha. We definitely did not get bored. So as you can see, we made so many inferences. We were definitely the drivers in that car while reading the book, Carl's Afternoon. Here are some examples. We said that the baby is strong, the puppy saw something, it is a warm day. We made so many more, but I just wanted you to have a couple examples. So now what you're going to do is you're gonna go into Epic on your Google Classroom. So I'm gonna just remind you when you get to your Google site, here you go to your waffle, click on your classroom icon. It will be in your assignment, third grade classroom, in classwork, and it's the week of August 31st through September 4th, and it's Inferring Part 2 for Wednesday. You're gonna click on that. You will see some reminders, like what inferring means. In case you forget, draw conclusions based on clues in the text and your schema or background knowledge. And then you will have a Google form and the Epic. When you go to Epic, you'll click on Epic. You'll read the assigned book in your mailbox, and it's called I Have Cerebral Palsy. So it's a true story about a little girl who has cerebral palsy, and I thought it would be interesting for you to see what some people have to go through and how they persevere. It goes with one of our habits of character. So I thought it was a good choice. It is an audio book, so I mean a read to me book, so it will read to you. If it is not at your level, please make sure you click the play button if that's the case. When you're done reading it, and you'll see it in your mailbox, you will have a Google form to fill out. On the Google form, you just have two questions. One is your name, and then what inferences did you make while reading the book, I Have Cerebral Palsy? And just list as many as you want. It is in paragraph form, the answer, so you have plenty of space. If you only made one or two, that's fine. They at least get one for us, okay? And I can't wait to see what inferences you make. Be sure to click submit, and then you are good to go. Enjoy.